It's gonna be to starting. Now we're live. All right, we're trying this again. I'm not sure if this is working.
Let's see it.
Well, we'll see in a moment. I'll save this.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, we're here. All right.
There's nobody in the chat, but we're here.
All right. Well, hopefully this works this time. I don't know what's been going on. I feel like we're in the. I think because maybe you guys are right because Javi's not here.
It says D&D Wizard he left us some dark magic.
Yeah, so like one of the guys that's not here, Javi, he normally runs the entire like electronical part of this, and
he's a producer, man.
And he also said he was just sitting on the chat. I didn't see him even before.
which is crazy, right?
Yeah, he lied.
Maybe he's gonna get in on it now. He's gonna fix everything.
Oh my gosh, I hope he gets in here and he fixes everything. This has been a disaster, bro. This has been a disaster. I don't know what to even do with this. So I don't know if anyone's gonna even come in anymore. We've probably lost everyone.
We did. There's nobody in the show. Well, hang on now. Hang on a second now. There's two in there.
It was you and I.
Oh.
Yeah? It's just us in here?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm hoping.
Well, let's just communicate completely just through the chat. This is
how I'm gonna do the podcast.
Yeah, this is how it's gonna have to work. Well, my phone's also completely broken. Outside of the internet, going crazy. But all right, well, we look good.
Which is always good.
You know. Maybe
we may not be knowing what we're doing, but we look.
We
awesome.
look good, yo. I mean,
I worked out today, so.
I worked out today too. I switched some things up. I don't know. We're going directly into.
Well, you did arms instead of back.
Yeah, you know, I did arms
me, it was
and
leg
backs.
day.
I did arms and back. You know, a little bit of both. I did some squats in there.
Yeah, I did.
You know?
It was leg day for me.
What? Oh man. So the three people are watching are us, which is awesome. All right, well, I guess
just start the GarageBand all over.
No, because I'm connected to the computer now. I'm not even connected.
Oh, so you're just gonna grab the audio from the YouTube.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's just how we'll do it. All right, so now we're starting to get people in here. We got JD up in here. Yo, JD, what is going on, JD? We've been having crazy difficulties tonight. This is like the
blame you, JD.
This is not JD's fault. This is Javi's fault because Javi's not here tonight. But we finally are live and we got, I guess, somewhat decent internet. I don't know what the hell was going on
What's
before.
up, Midwest?
Midwest is back. All right. I changed some things up. I went directly. Yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about it, but we're live. We're here. Hopefully, we can get everyone back in here so we can start talking Batman again. But maybe we should just move on from Batman because
we didn't like it. Moving on.
Yeah, we're gonna just go away from Batman because now we're finally live and I think everything's working. And I think I'm gonna have to make myself another drink when we talk about this next. I haven't even bring beer, so I'm drinking like whiskey. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I have stocked up here. So
I just had the sparkling water at home.
Yeah, just sparkling water. That's what you're always rolling with, my friend.
The LaCroix, man.
All right.
The LaCroix.
Fucking weird ass shit.
All right.
It doesn't taste like anything.
So just want to shout out both JD and Midwest Comics for coming back. Thank you guys. Do want to mention JD was on the Bueller panel with me on Sunday, which is pretty cool.
Sweet.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, and they actually do a series called The Hunt, and where they, I guess they have like a theme of a week, for the week, and they go on hunting for those types of books, and then I guess they let the live chat vote who had the best,
That's cool.
pick
I
up.
like that.
That's
And
cool,
they went.
actually.
I'm hoping because you guys know me.
Yeah,
I'm always on the hunt.
You ain't
So,
on that yet? Come on, man.
I'm hoping, JD, you got to get me on there. So hopefully we can figure all that out, and I'm on that. But all right, so let's get back to the comics that we were talking about. We're just gonna move on from Batman, I guess, because no one really liked it, and that
I was not as lukewarm as you guys were. I dug it. I didn't love it, but I was okay with it.
I didn't get a chance to read Super Sons because that was the other DC book I wanted to read last week. But I know that had the first appearance of that new like Kid Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess definitely be on the lookout for that if you haven't picked that up.
Do we know if it's the same Lantern as in Young Justice?
Not sure.
Because the Lantern technically.
No, because it's not a human.
Oh, it's not a human. Okay.
And Super Sense is not a human.
Okay.
So it's the new one, right? So it is a completely new one.
Yeah, it's a completely new one because the one in
Young Justice
is the Yellow Pearl,
Yeah.
and she's using the gauntlet that Hal Jordan had for the longest time in his own book when he took
When
off
he
the
was
Renegade.
Renegade.
When he was Renegade, he had the gauntlet, the very first Lantern machine.
Mhm.
That's what she's using.
All right, cool.
Oh, where?
I saw a picture of her.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, that's not revealed in issue 2.
No. I saw there was a picture of her somewhere. I saw that she was wearing the
okay.
gauntlet.
But yeah, I read issue 2 and it was good. It was fun.
I gotta sit like this because the camera's there. So
Yeah.
my bad. I don't want to.
Did you, Chad, read Young Justice 2?
No, I didn't. The only DC book I read last week was Batman.
Young
Everything else
Justice
I read
2
was
was good.
Marvel.
It was good.
Yeah, it was surprising. I was like, I'm really digging it. So
But-
I'm like, I'm gonna continue.
And you got Wonder Comics coming out this week too. And by the way,
Yeah, that's
JDC,
right. No, the
JD said
twins.
he's setting me up.
Wonder
Wonder
Twins.
Twins, yeah. JD's setting me up for the hunt, so definitely let me know, bro. I'll definitely be on that.
So then that's it for DC. Just
Yeah, I read Batman, and
Yeah.
I guess it was all right. I think I thought the art was good. Story. I guess we'll see what happens with it. I guess I have to buy that Flash book that comes
yeah,
out
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna do that.
So because it crosses over, right?
Yeah, like the button. Who wrote the button now?
Same guy.
Jeff
Josh-
Johns.
So it was
No,
still,
Joshua Williamson.
so it was
Yeah.
still Joshua Williamson. Makes
But
sense.
they're not. Yeah, it's not gonna. You think it'd be connected?
No, it doesn't
No.
seem like it's gonna be connected.
No, yeah, I can't.
Everything's connected to Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah,
Yes,
So
which that's the part I like.
which is weird considering Tom King's writing Heroes in Crisis, but he's not writing this.
Yeah,
it has no say in this, right? Or I don't know.
To me, it just felt like Tom King needed a break. So I said, "Can you take over a couple issues for me?" while
he's
I-
been doing amazing for like 100, like close, not 100, but
No, you're
it was
right.
like 50 something issues of just like pure gold. So I understand that he needed a break.
Okay, so what do you want to move on to?
All right, so I guess we're gonna jump ship to Marvel, right? You guys want to talk Avengers?
All right,
Yeah.
talk Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what is there like?
To me, it was a fun read, like of it starting
Yeah, it's
the
the start
whole
of the whole vampire
of the
story.
vampire
Yeah.
conflict. I thought was cool.
You have it kind of going back and forth a little bit, but they have them catching what was his name, Commander,
The shadow,
the Shadow Commander.
shadow. Oh my god, the Shadow Colonel. I think it's that.
I'm working on getting better lights, so bear with me, guys.
I
So-
believe that was the thing, but he led this like splintered faction of vampires rising up against Dracula.
Dracula's gone. He's not in the Castle Dracula.
Yeah, because the castle fell.
Yeah.
Like they actually took over it, so he's
And then
gone.
you've got the Avengers kind of stepping in, trying to fight vampires, which is like really
Yeah.
cool.
Just to save the town, the regular town folk.
Of Transylvania, yeah. And then, but they end up capturing the Shadow Colonel,
Yeah.
and they bring him back to Avengers. What do we call him? Avengers Tower.
No, Avengers Mountain.
Avengers Mountain, and they're questioning him, and he's
In like typical villain fashion now, like all villains get captured, and it's like a part of the diabolical plan to get captured.
yeah, because that's what he wanted from the beginning.
Yeah.
Blade's just going in hand.
Blade, I like that how
And
Blade is
it
at
was
the
hand,
very
you know?
forefront of the whole issue.
Yeah, well,
I thought it was really
but
cool.
I think that was Jason Aaron's thing, though. Like
Yeah.
he's trying to like change it up and take a character we all haven't seen in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But he's also even doing that with making like, I mean, not that we haven't seen him in a while, but like making T'Challa as the leader of the Avengers. He's like doing something like,
Well, more delegated.
Well, he is. Yeah.
But T'Challa was the one questioning,
Uh-huh.
and then they brought Blade in. It was like, oh, and then they started.
That's what to me. That's where it got really interesting. Like, because it's two characters that Jason Aaron has never written
Mhm.
before. So I thought that
Well, he
was really
created
cool.
one of them.
Yeah, he created one of them. I thought that was really, really cool, man. I thought it was a dope issue.
It was really good.
I don't know how long this conflict is gonna go.
It can only go for another 2 months, if another 2 issues, because that's when the War of Realms starts.
Right.
But
So I wonder how this would connect to that, or maybe
unless
this would splinter them.
unless they're gonna slap right in the middle of this, because you know how they'll start War of Realms and that'll put this on hold, and then while War of Realms is going on, the vampire factions got stronger. Or something.
Ooh, that would be
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, by the way, JD mentioned he's loving that Aaron has been killing this run. It's
Yeah.
been better than Thor lately, and I think he's been true. I think
That's
you know,
crazy.
but I think it's just been a change for Aaron because he's been on Thor for so long. You know,
long, man.
so it's a nice like change of pace for him. But he mentions that I guess spoiler alert at the end. Like he likes the fact that he brings in Dracula at the end, and his book that he showed off was a Dracula
Nice.
from Comic Book Reviews. So I just wanted to mention that. It was
I like
cool.
that ending that
Yeah.
you bring up, Chad, because even reading it, I was like, man, so then why did we waste time with the Winter Guard? And I thought it was cool that the Winter Guard are there guarding the border,
Well, I think
and Dracula shows up.
the whole
in
thing
Russia.
with all those basic factions, all those versions of the Avengers, as you could call it, is that this is part of a bigger plan that Jason Aaron's building. So like he's
Especially
introducing them now, and then later on something else is going to happen. It's going to kind of all come to a head with all of those different. Because you've got the Avengers that are basically Avengers of Wakanda. Then you've got the Challengers of the Deep, I guess,
Mhm.
and then you've got the Winter Guard, and
Defenders of the Seven Seas. something like
Defenders,
that.
yeah, and then you've got the Squadron
Supreme of America.
So you've got 4 different factions, and I gotta think that's all going to come to one giant battle that's going to happen.
It's as if Jason Aaron is like
Well, you see,
not rebooting the Avengers, but he's relaunching his own lore for the Avengers.
oh yeah, and that's usually what a good writer will do is they'll sit there and they go, well, I'm gonna pepper in all these little things that are all
Right.
going to be they can come to fruition later,
Yeah,
But
to
he
get us as the
already had
readers.
his War of Realms story arc that he was building towards in Thor, and now that he's on Avengers, it's just become even bigger.
Mhm. Yeah, to get more players involved.
And I agree with what JD was saying. It's like his Thor has kind of suffered a little, but there's still been some gems in that Thor run now. Because I mean, all that stuff with like in the future with the Phoenix and
That's
everything.
the only thing I read, and I love that.
Yeah, that
cool.
was all great.
Yeah.
So
No, it's true. I want to see more of that Phoenix, right?
well, it's gonna be. It's gonna. Well, here's the thing: you got at least got to get an origin for the Phoenix out of Avengers because she was part of
True.
She was part of the original.
And for all we know, maybe it might tie in.
Is that
to the
next
future
Thor
one.
book?
Mhm.
Is the one with him and Odin on that wall?
on the Bifrost?
Yeah.
The Bifrost?
Yeah.
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 I think
Well, because the whole thing
That's
was
a cool
like because
cover.
Wakanda's
I just
supposed
super
to,
I saw that.
Yeah.
online.
was Thor and Odin on the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't Wakanda or excuse me, isn't T'Challa supposed to be helping to rebuild the Bifrost? Wasn't that like the whole thing?
That oh my god, the guy in space is finding every little piece.
All right, so we're starting to slowly grow back in the chat. So real quick, just shout out to everyone in the chat. So we got Mastodon Comics, we have Comic Head. Yo, Comic Head, thanks for joining us. Everyone, if you can, make sure you hit that like button for us, and make sure everyone sub each other up in the chat too, man, because there's a lot of great comic content out there within this chat. Sorry, I can't even talk tonight. Mastodon Comics asked what Spidey book this is. This was actually given to me by a coworker of mine. It's an Amazing Spider-Man 800 Bagley cover, and it's signed and graded 9.2 Bagley. I'm working on the light situation, like I said earlier, but pretty cool gift to get. Super stoked to get it. So, yeah, shout out to Danny. I don't know if she's watching, but thank you.
Pays to have minions at work.
Right? Cool. It's pretty cool.
It's funny mentioning future Thor and stuff like that. That's probably the only other Marvel book we also read is the Old Man Quill of
Oh, we still
Star-Lord
got
in the
Midwest
future.
in the chat too. Midwest is awesome. You guys are all sub him up too. And if you guys need any great content, I'm sure he's got it. And what you need, Comic Head 84's got great content. So sub everyone up, man. That's awesome. Everyone's saying they're subbing each other up, so that's cool.
Did
All
y'all
right,
read
so-
that? The Old Man Quill?
Yeah, I read Old Man Quill, so we can talk about that next.
I loved that.
I thought it was
I
awesome.
thought it was so fucking cool.
Yeah, I thought it was great. You get to see.
To show you, Justin, and our listeners and watchers, Old Man Quill is essentially old Star-Lord. He's become the Emperor Spartax after, following his father Jason of Spartax, the Spartax Empire, and it's this future of he has a family, and the Spartax Empire is at war with the Universal Church of Truth. So he's like, okay, cool. As a master technician, and I love that he's still sarcastic. He's like, we're gonna go take the fight to them. They think they're winning, but we're gonna go take the fight to them, and hopefully they're most vulnerable. In that tactic, it fails because what happens? He leaves Spartax defenseless.
And then of course,
And
it
they
gets
knew
destroyed.
And then they destroy the planet and kill his family. So then it jumps in typical like Old Man Logan fashion. It jumps to where he's lost everything. He's alone. He's a drunk on the satellite.
Like Cairo frozen.
Yeah, he multiple times he gets
up.
he gets cryogenically frozen to just keep for some reason like waiting until the next shipment of like alcohol reaches his station. So where he gets waken up are these old Guardians of the Galaxy. They're like, look, we have to fight again. So you see like Rocket with like a metal but like weaponized cane. And I think that's the coolest fucking part of the book. And then there's like something hints of like that where when they needed him, he wasn't around because he has a family, and there's bad blood there. Technically, obviously because when he was at war with the Church of the Truth, he's like, look, I've been calling the X-Men, Avengers, even the Guardians, no one's answering. So he's like, screw them, we'll do this ourselves. But to no avail because they lost. So the Guardians wake him up. Gamora's there with short hair. Drax is fat.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a sumo wrestler. And I thought that was just fucking hilarious.
You mentioned you got Rocket. He's like on crutches.
Yeah, it's like weaponized crane because he uses it later as like a weapon. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, no, it was super cool. And then I do like when I guess Rocket's taking like straight jabs at Quill, just like, oh, you left your, like your family, like talking about the Guardians, but of course,
he's like,
Quill had an actual family,
yeah,
but he's like, you sold out for like for the princess or something like that.
Yeah,
I guess he was married to like
just
some
to follow
higher
your dad and whatnot.
So
I like that a lot, and I love the way it ends. Again, spoiler guys, it ends with them following a distress signal where these broods have taken over a sword satellite. But it's like really far away from Earth. So they go there, they fall back onto Earth, they crash land and whatnot because there's some like defenses that shoot them down, and they land in what's called the Wastelands. And this is like super into the future of Earth. It looks like Mad Max style, like people battling it out and whatnot, and like rags and stuff. And then you see Mount Rushmore, and it's dude.
Yeah, and they fell
cool.
in the wasteland of Doom.
Yeah.
And I guess Doom is like just had taken over, and that's awesome. I'm a huge Doom fan.
So immediately with already liking this book and the art and the way all the characters were being treated, that ending, I'm like, I'm fucking sold. I'm reading the rest of it.
I might have to go grab it today.
Yeah, and I know I didn't. Oh, we got the Great Legend in the house. That's what's up, man. What's up? The Legend, man. We got a lot of everyone from the Great Legend. If you guys haven't checked out the Great Legend show, make sure you do. He's got the best show in town, but most importantly, the best show in town on Friday nights is the Comic Core, where you can find him and Midwest Comics. So make sure you guys go check out the Comic Core. Hopefully, we can get Chad in here from because I love anyone named Chad. But no. Back to my favorite thing about Old Man Quill. I mean, it's the same team from Old Man Hawkeye, and I know we didn't talk about it last year. It was one of those books that I found, I guess, late, and I didn't get to tell you guys. But I read it, and just same thing, awesome, bro. It's just one of those things. Like I don't know, like same. Like, I guess I mean, I know Old Man Logan's still continuing, but like right now,
because now he's Dead Man.
Or Dead Man Logan in a sense, yeah. Or it seems like he's continuing, even though it really ended. But nah, man, this seems like it's gonna be really awesome, and I'm adding it to my pull for sure.
How long was this going? 5 or 12?
I have no idea, to be honest. So
I hope it actually is long because it was cool. Because you know what? It gave me vague renditions of the old school DNA run. That's what I really cared about because even Mantis was in it. Forgot to mention that, Justin. Mantis was in it, and she has like dementia. So she
can't remember everything.
Yeah,
but
so she can't psychic read everyone correctly.
And that's right.
Really cool.
And I guess something she mentions.
I'm good with that.
She mentions it a couple times though. Like in her vision, Quill's the one that like I guess saves them or saves the situation, or is like he's like the help that they need. So it was important that they had Quill. So I made sure.
It was cool seeing them all old, man.
Yeah, man.
But what
and I guess that was like the first
Rocket.
appearance of all of them too, of like them being old. So. I guess if you have not picked that up, I mean, not a crazy spec book, but it's the first appearance of the old Guardians of the Galaxy, which is kind of cool.
That's cool. This is running concurrently with now Donny Cates' new Guardians run.
Yeah, bro, and Donnie. Oh man, and shout out to Cork Comics down here in South Florida because they're having Donnie Cates at their shop.
That's right.
March 4th, and we will all be there for sure.
Gotta go to Miami.
So no, we're gonna make sure that happens. I'm not sure if we can go live, but I'll definitely make sure that I'll be recording some content and make sure that we post it right here at Chad 90MF Comics. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that bell. Actually, just so everyone knows, in here slowly, I'm actually going to take the Chad off and it's going to be 90MF Comics because we're just going to be trying to give you more content from all of us here because Kevin, Justin, they have great knowledge and great things to talk about, and I'm going to try to get them to start recording some more things on their own. And
yeah, we
hopefully
already
go
been
live.
talking about like movies and TV.
Yeah, and I want to use this channel as a platform. So soon there'll be no more Chad in front of it. It'll just be 90MF Comics. But I want to thank everyone that is here. Make sure you hit that like button for us, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and we got some heavy hitters right now in the comic YouTube community, which is pretty cool, man. It's almost kind of making me blush.
That's awesome.
I've been, I guess a lot of my watching is YouTube now because I've grown a liking to a lot of these channels. So it's cool to have Midwest Comics in here. It's cool to have The Great Legend in here. It's cool to have JD in here. And I know Bueller's busy, but he jumps in from time to time on our show.
Bueller's Day off today.
Yeah, but when Bueller's on here, it's always a pleasure to have him in the chat. And he mentioned it actually on Sunday that he was a little upset that I had not had him on our show yet. So I definitely have to set that up so we can have Bueller on. Yeah, man. We'll set it up through Google Hangout so we can have Bueller on as we're all sitting here in the living room talking comics.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the last thing that I read from last week was Immortal Hulk, and that was just continues to be awesome. And you still have Hulk who's in hell. He's still split from Banner. Banner's been used through this gamma ray, and his dad's still orchestrating this, but I guess it's really the one below all that's orchestrating it, which is really cool. So eventually Hulk starts going crazy. You have Absorbing Man and I can't think of his name right now, little buddy from Alpha Flight.
Puck?
Yeah, Puck.
Really?
Puck
Puck
has been in this. Yeah, man. They're trying to make their move eventually it seems to be Bruce Banner's dad, but I guess it's really the one below all. And he's been telling this story as Banner as a kid, and the monster's always been inside of him. I'm oh, you guys just gotta read it all. You two need to read it. When Javi gives me back the trade back, Justin, I'm definitely giving it to you. So, but no, it's just awesome. Hulk winds up getting this gamma, starts growing really big, starts taking out things. He starts to take on the one I guess it's his dad. So he's I'm gonna destroy you, Dad. You saw what I just did to these people. Wait till you see what I do to you, pretty much. And it's just super sick. The book pretty much ends with him and I guess Banner coming back together. But there's a really cool moment where I guess Hulk he's talking to Banner and he's just he's I know I'm a part of you that you're not proud of, and you try to lock me away and this and that, but just know I get, pretty much that he loves him and that he's here to, to protect him at the end of the day. And the book kind of ends, I guess, with Banner in a phone booth. I forgot exactly who he was calling. I think it was Betty. And he's he's got the pants super loose because, he was just hulked out, I guess. So we got, I guess, man, the chat's going pretty crazy right now. You guys, we got Discovery Bay Comics back in here, which is awesome. So a lot of people are just talking about Ethan Sachs, the writer on Old Man Hawkeye, really good. JD excited for new Comic Core Unlimited. Sorry to kind of switch that up. Immortal Hulk ties in for 2008. Venom and Immortal Hulk ties for 2018. I agree with you, JD. Actually, these guys haven't read Immortal Hulk yet.
Yeah, I will.
But we all read Venom, and I will say Venom was definitely up there as well with Immortal Hulk of 2018. I agree.
Well, so which issue is this that you read?
This 11? Was Immortal Hulk 13. Sorry, I should show that off. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to get on it quick before it starts getting.
Oh, it's already popping, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin, you have you read digitally, man. So
I told you I have the first volume. I just haven't started.
So, Legend says he's been reading Green Lantern, Grant Morrison with the new Hal Jordan series from DC, and it's good. It actually reminds him of Buck Rogers.
Yeah, we've talked about it a couple times on here.
Yeah, that was your honorable mention from last week.
Yeah.
So
I'm taking it.
Yeah.
I like it. I was trying to read this week's. I just didn't get a chance to yet.
That's right, because it was number 3.
Yeah, no, it's number 4. I read the honorable mention was number 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what
Because
I
the
was
number 2
remembering.
that I had bought was weirdly packaged, where it was the first part of the story, and then it restarted in the middle of the book again, the way it was stapled together.
Yeah, there
Because
was,
it was all
misprinted.
it was all misprinted and errored, so I don't know really what happened in the second issue because it was done.
That
weird.
sucks.
Yeah, but it's not like these books connect. So the third issue was really good because
It's been episodic so far.
yeah, because for the third issue you fought what was supposed to be God. It was known as the Shepherd, but it ended up being a being that ate planets. So it was pretty cool. But what I'm really liking is Liam Sharp is really throwing it all into these books. I mean, they're just gorgeous, and the color schemes on them are great. So I'm just really liking these
Yeah,
books.
it looks psychedelic. Every time I see the art, it looks psychedelic.
Comic Head, to be honest, he's never really been invested into a solo Hulk series into this one. And I'll say this, Comic Head, that's how I felt about Venom. Like, I haven't really been invested into Venom
No, me
until
neither.
Donny Cates took
Yeah.
over Venom. So I completely know exactly what you're saying with that, man. So but I'll say this, man. More Hulk's awesome, man. And I know I've been saying this for weeks to you guys, but you guys got to read it. When Javi gives me that trade back, Justin, I'm going to shoot it over to you. And that way you can, start getting caught up on that. And if you need to read the single issues, I got them. So I'll hook you up there.
But I will read out that because you suggested that I'm fully digital. I'm on Comixology Unlimited member for $6 a month, and I get all those issues. So it's a little overwhelming sometimes. Of like, I log in and I'm like, okay, fuck, where do I
All
start?
right, but hear this.
And it's overwhelming.
I know
sometimes.
you've said it plenty of times. You read a book a night, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to go up to 2.
Tonight, the book you read, Mortal Hulk #1. Make it that.
I will
You read
try
tonight.
to make it that.
Yes, I'll text you later to remind you.
Yeah, probably will. Well, especially that I told you, I have the volume. I got it thanks to, again, Comixology and those crazy, awesome digital sales. It was like $2 or $3 for the first volume. So I have the first volume. I just haven't sat and read it yet.
Yeah.
But I will. I will because I want to. It sounds interesting.
Is there anything that you guys are excited for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, well, just to quickly mention another notable
Honorable mention.
would be Conan.
Yeah,
I think
you
Conan-
want to talk about it?
Yeah, Conan was actually really good. this week.
It wasn't
Did you read it?
eventful.
Yeah.
It wasn't eventful, but it was just a cool another read of him, just barely unscathingly escaping death again, and it was fucking awesome. Like to me, it was brutal and metal.
It all dealt with this. The whole thing was Conan ends up in this part of the world where what was it called, the Red Tree Hill?
Yeah, Red Tree
And
Hill. Where they
everybody-
hang
it's-
anyone that steals gold.
It's a mine. It's a city with a mine, and they take gold stealers above all, and they kill them on this tree. They hang them on this tree.
But Chad, not just kill them in the street. They hang them just until they're about to die, cut them free over this cliff, and
At the
let
feet of
their
the dogs.
nearly dying body fall on this valley under the cliff of the street. And these dogs who are hungry feed off the people, these thieves, who were just about to die from hanging.
Another Jason Aaron book, by the way.
Fucking brutal. It's crazy.
Damn it.
And of course,
All right, I
Conan
gotta add this to my
somehow
list. I don't know why I'm not
escapes
reading this because Jason Aaron's writing it.
Yeah.
I
It's
feel like
badass.
this is like another thing that
And then
I was
this
late
week-
to Immortal Hulk, but I need to get on this.
Yeah. And then
I caught up.
this week is the other Conan
Savage
book,
Sword
Savage
Conan.
Sword of Conan.
And Alex Ross
But
is doing
not-
all those covers.
But
So I
not
think
Jason Aaron.
But I'm sold on like anything Alex Ross, man. So I'll probably have to pick up.
I'm just at this point. I'm just sold on anything Conan because it's brutal. It's fucking savage as fuck. It's metal, which is all me. That's all I'm about. So I'm gonna check out Savage Sword of Conan. And Conan, this was what, Justin? Conan 3?
3.
3. It was awesome. I really, really like that. I like how it's continuing of the whole future of him as King Conan still being brought to the Red Witch by the 2 kids from the past, which is awesome. Being taken to drain him of his blood from always escaping death to resurrect Razazel,
Yeah, the blood god.
The blood god, but I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Rosazel? Rosazel? It's dope, man. It's such a metal book. I love it. Yeah. And I actually can't wait to read Savage Sword of Conan and see what there's going to be going. Especially that it's not Jason Aaron, so I don't know what's the approach there.
Yeah. Shout out to C Woodard in the house. He came back from dinner, as he mentioned. I hope you ate enough for everyone, man. He brought some leftovers for us, man.
Are you gonna jump on it, Justin? The Savage Sword.
I might buy the first issue to see. I don't know. Yeah. I haven't decided. Actually, I might just because I was just looking at the list. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot for me this week. I saw Thor number 10. That was really about it. I didn't see anything DC for me at all.
There's a few things coming out this week, I believe.
Did I misread it? Because I'm looking.
Do you know?
You have Detective Comics 998, I believe.
I could say what I got.
Was that this week?
Yeah, and that means Action has to come out as well. I'm excited for
Detective. There's Batman. There's Batman Who Laughs number 3. I know you're gonna get that.
Yeah, sure. Detective 998, Justice League Dark for me, Savage Sword of Conan, Superman. I can't wait for Superman number 8. Amazing Spider-Man. Me and Chad are on that. Amazing Spider-Man number 15. Also, me and Chad, Batman Who Laughs number 3. The Flash 64 is the Price part 2.
I'll probably be picking that up.
Me too. And then Thor 10.
Yeah. Well, Spider-Man, I'll be. I don't read it, but I buy it. Detective, I'll buy. Superman, I'll buy. So, but it just depends on what's there.
There's a couple things on Marvel too.
I was talking to Joe. Shout out to Joe, Messine from today's episode. I was asking him if to jump on Kenny X-Men number 11. Mm-hmm. I asked him, do I have to read the X-Men Disassembled, the 1 through 10? And he told me, he's like, look, just read up on it and then just jump on 11 because apparently it's a good reboot. It's a good jumping on point for like a fresh new take
keep in mind that X-Men number 11 is like almost $10. I found that out.
I saw. Even with the Comixology discount I get, it's like 6 something, like $7.
Because I bought it and then I'm looking at my bill and I'm like, wait a minute, why is this book 7 something?
And there's nothing special about it.
No, it is. It's just bigger. I don't even think it's that much bigger.
It's fucking nuts.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah. And it's worse when they do it even in digital.
Yeah.
Make sure if there's anything that you guys want us to talk about in the chat, let us know. Or is there anything that you're looking forward to, especially tomorrow? Something that I saw before we went live 3 times and finally figured it out on C. Woodard's channel. He actually picked up, and I have to read it, and I was able to find myself a copy, and I think it did sell out, but that Shredder in Hell number 1, but he got the Eastman variant. And oh man, if you have not seen that, you guys have to check that out because that is a super, super sick cover. So if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, that is a cover you definitely have to check out.
And I wonder what other people are reading, like indie stuff, like Image, IDW. Well, you mentioned Shredder, which is IDW. Like what else are other people doing? Like what's popping out there that we just don't know about? Besides, of course, Immortal Hulk, Chad.
Yo, and shout out to the Great Legend. I just saw that he shared our video out to his subscribers. So appreciate that, man. So appreciate that. The Great Legend show. And if you guys aren't subbed up to him, make sure you guys are. I think which is pretty cool. See everyone that's in this chat. I think everyone in this chat is already subbed up to each other, and it's a super awesome, just loving community. So pretty awesome to be part of it, man. So thank you guys.
Just a very supportive community, which is awesome.
Yeah, man. No, thank you guys for being here. We are 90 Miles from Comics, as a whole. We have an iTunes, we have a SoundCloud, a Stitcher. Because of all those crazy difficulties, we might not be posting this episode on those things, but I'll try to figure out how I can get the audio from here and get those things on there. But we want to thank you guys for joining us here because it's awesome that you guys are here joining us live because there's nothing better than being here live with people.
And talking comics, which is what we all do best.
One thing I wanted to mention was this weekend, the Prime One Studios, the statue place, they held, they went to Wonderfest and had a bunch of new statues revealed. One of the ones that was revealed was a Damian and Jonathan Kent statue. That was pretty badass.
Bro, and it's funny that you bring that up. Well, the other channel that I work with on YouTube, if you guys haven't checked them out, MCE, and they actually specialize in statues and collectibles. They actually got an exclusive look at that at WonderCon, and they were there because they were there on behalf of Figurama. I don't know if you know who Figurama is, Justin, but they were there, I believe, on behalf of Figurama and helping them, with their booth and stuff like that. But they also got the, tour WonderCon, and they got exclusive video of that, man. So you definitely, I'll send you the link to that video, and you guys should definitely check out the MCE channel because they're bringing you awesome, great content. Ooh. You can actually check out my episode that premieres on there called Comic Chat with Chad. So check out MCE over at YouTube. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and make sure you watch all the Comic Chat with Chad content because I'm bringing you all the comic content over there. But they're mostly statues. But it's really fun to be working with George, Calvin, Seth, Eric, and all those guys at MCE because they're a lot, they're good guys, man. So I appreciate the team of MCE. So shout out to MCE. But yeah, that Damian Wayne, Jonathan Kent statue, you haven't seen it? Did you see it?
He just showed us.
Super sick.
And it looks enormous.
And I know you collect statues, Justin. I have not ventured into that world yet. It's a black hole. I don't think I want to venture in. But that is a statue that I look at and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
It makes me want to think, because, I'm on Super Sons. You guys know, since Superman 10, when they premiered the two Sons meeting, and I guess it was the first appearance of Super Sons, I was totally about that because I love me some Damian Wayne and some Jonathan Kent. So
it was a statue when I first saw it. I was like, "Well, I got to get that." Then I saw who was making it. I'm like, I don't think I'll be able to afford that because Prime 1 are expensive. Korka got the Prime 1 Doomsday statue. I happened to be there when he took it out of the box.
Yeah,
and motherfucker, that thing's huge,
bro.
It looks it.
What's crazy is last night,
and it looks heavy.
Oh, dude, it's fucking enormous.
Massive. Last night on that,
comes in 2 boxes.
On that geek show on MCE, we were live, and one of the guys, Junior, he got that, so he had it next to him, bro. And someone was asking him if it was bigger than the Killer Croc statue, and I was like, "I'll speak for Junior." Yeah, look at the size of that thing. That thing is massive. But the thing that's awesome about that statue, it is pretty comic book accurate, man. It looks,
the spikes on the eyebrow.
And there's another one. There's another Doomsday out there that I happen to like a little bit more. I don't remember who. I don't know if it's Iron or somebody else who makes it. But there's another one where he's got little remnants of all the Justice League, like he's holding on to Superman's cape.
Right.
And he's got you could see or he's holding on to Batman's head or something. He's got little pieces of the Justice League all around him. I was like, I like that one more.
Yeah, he's got a lasso of truth.
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool.
Isn't that based off of? I could have sworn it was a Jim Lee cover or something.
It might have been. I don't remember.
That's right. So, but that was not. That's not the A Prime one. That was someone else.
I don't think so.
Thanks, Comic Head. He said he's got to run. I was going to say I'm going to hit the live chat once again and see who's still here with us. We still got Discovery Bay Comics up in here. Mastodon Collecting is still in here. We still have The Great Legend. We still have C. Woodard up in the house. Thank you, guys. Once again, thank you, Comic Head, for joining us. If you guys haven't checked out his stuff, make sure you go check out his channel. Make sure you guys go check out Discovery Bay Comics because he's doing a great job organizing just all the comic book community content out there and making sure you guys know what time we're all coming on.
Which is crazy.
All that, which is awesome. I know, man. I can't.
It's like TV guy for comic channels.
And I can only imagine because, he interacts with me on, Instagram like, hey, what do you have coming out? Send me this, send me that. So if he's doing that with me, and I can only imagine with everyone in us, bro. So shout out to JB, man, because you're hustling out here in the YouTube community, and we appreciate that, man. So make sure you guys go sub up Discovery Bay Comics, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, so that way every morning when he drops his video, you know what time we're coming on, or what time Comic Tom or Comics with Bueller or That Great Legend or the Comic Core or C. Woodard, because he's making sure everyone's on there, which is awesome. So thank you for everyone in the chat for joining us. And, everyone's been making sure they hit that like button as well. I see that. So thank you guys. This is awesome. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I mean, I did mention, The Great Legend did mention that he's been reading Dick Tracy by,
that's funny.
I think it was IDW. So, and I guess it's got to be good if he's mentioning it. I know he's a big Shazam fan, so he's been loving that Jeff Johns Shazam, coming back.
I wasn't a fan of that first issue. It was cool. It's just not enough for me to continue it. I don't know if you continued it.
And JD has a new show coming out in an hour, Stranger Things. So what? It's about what 9:15 here East Coast time. So for you guys out in the West Coast, that's 6:15. So that means about 7:15 if you're out in the West, and about 10:15 here on the East Coast. JD, Stranger Things. Make sure you guys go check that out. I'll make sure I'll be tuned in for that, JD. Not to worry. So make sure you guys, if you aren't subbed to JD, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell for him as well, man. I'm just trying to shout out everyone. Yeah, it's IDW doing Dick Tracy, the Great Legend says. So
makes sense because they tend to do like those like other properties, especially movies and TVs and stuff like that.
No, true. So I got to start reading more indie. There's a lot of good indie out there.
I need to return to that. I know Justin.
God Country was awesome.
Middle West.
I know you. I should give you that trade, Justin, because God Country is really good.
I never finished True. I never continued East of West. I loved East of West. I was obsessed with it.
I should really hop back on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man, because really this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle run that's going on right now is the longest run, you know. And I've been like, I get on it, I get off, because it's just a couple, I guess, arcs that in there that I just like lose my interest, but they always like somehow like wrap something back in there, you know. So, and I know they're getting close to 100, so and that's a big thing for them to have like an entire, you know, run go for 100, you know, issues. So in this run, you know, they had the death of Donatello, the death of Shredder, which wasn't like talked about enough. I thought, you know, because after the death of Shredder, Splinter became the head of the foot, which was freaking awesome, you know. And I felt like that didn't get enough runs or enough love in that run, you know, at that time. But
I know Justin's on the Magic Order, which I think is about to end.
Yeah, but it's still been really good. I'm waiting for the next issue. The Magic Order's good. Middle West is good. Like you're saying, East and West, I need to get back on that.
Well,
I was obsessed.
In the chat, they're saying Farmhand is the book we need to get on.
Farmhand?
Farmhand. It's the Image book of 2018. Both C. Woodard and the Great Legend mentioned that, so I definitely want to make sure that we check that out because those are two guys that have some good clout in the comic community here, so I'll definitely check that out for sure. Yo, we got Dark Mufasa in the building. Thank you for joining us, man. Dark Mufasa is a regular on the MCE channel, so thank you for joining us here on the Chad 90MF Comics, soon to be just the 90MF Comics channel. I should probably just set that tonight before, you know, when you guys leave or before you guys leave. So sweet, Dark Mufasa, thank you for joining us, man. We got Mr. Gretzky in the building as well. So thank you everyone for being here. Yeah, so it's been a great night other than like the crazy Wi-Fi and internet thing and all that crazy pizzazz and jazz.
We still managed to talk comics, which is what's important.
And that is the most important part of tonight. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to talk about or if there's anything else in the chat you guys want to talk about. I definitely am going to make sure I go check out Farmhand now because I don't know. I saw you like you might have wrote that down.
I was just looking it up.
Yeah.
There.
So
I was also trying to look up because Mark Millard's Jupiter's Legacy just got optioned, and I was reading a little bit about that last night. I kind of want to jump on, go pick up some of those books and see if that's needed or not.
Yeah, a lot of non-Marvel and DC stuff are getting picked up, man.
But it was interesting. It was an interesting little thought when I was reading about the option last night, and then I started reading about the book itself, and the book sounds pretty good. It's kind of like a Justice League analog, but it's told differently. It looks pretty good, but it's got like a Justice League element to it. But then it's also jumps to the future with all their kids, and their kids are kind of disillusioned. They're not the same heroes that their father and their parents were, and everything. It sounds
That's
pretty
an interesting take.
Yeah.
all right, cool.
That's like Amazon now is about to come out with what is it?
The Boys.
Yeah, The Boys, which that catches my attention, and I'm sure we'll mention on that like once we get like going with like segments of like TV and movies and stuff like that Justin and I will probably be starting and doing. But yeah, that's probably something for the readers and readers like we're comic book, the watchers and listeners to be on the lookout. Once we schedule it, we will start doing TV stuff that we both do and probably more movie stuff. But the movie stuff will probably be more of the sci-fi stuff.
I do want to shout out the Comic Core. He is in the building.
Comic Core?
The Comic Core. I do want to shout out Chad. His name is actually Chad because
it's like an amalgamation of us too.
But no, Midwest Comics said that he was probably sleeping, and he is here live. He is not sleeping, so that's just too funny because the Comic Corps, they go live every Friday night, and that whole panel is in this chat. So that's pretty awesome. So thank you guys for being here. So Dark Mufasa actually asked a question, comic book related. It says, how do you feel about books people should get now before they grow of price, like Spider-Man 265, $20.99 before Spider-Verse 2 picks up? I mean, I guess I feel like everyone, if you're into the speculation game, you want to get onto those books now while they're still kind of affordable in a sense. Spider-Man 265 is definitely a book people have been speculating for a long time, and it still hasn't popped. And that's the first appearance of Silver Sable, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, definitely still a high spec book, and definitely should be on it.
Well, that also goes to if you really believe that movie's going to be made.
Yeah, the Silver Sable.
I mean, I can't see Silver Sable carrying a movie.
No, for sure. And I guess that's kind of like I guess Dark Mufasa says he remembers seeing Hulk 181 going for $200, and now it's worth thousands. But you're also talking about a character that can hold more weight in a sense. Wolverine is someone you can he's always had I guess push even since he's come out well I guess being the leader of X-Men you had the TV show come out in the 90s.
It's one of the first. It's a
super marketable character.
Yeah, it's also a fully realized character too. It's the one they pay attention to the most. I remember when Hulk 181 was on the wall for $80, and that was out of my price range at the time because I was very young. So. Yeah. But I mean, still
something to probably be in the lookout now with the movie coming out would be like a first appearance of like Carol Danvers in.
Those are already popping though.
Right, yeah, probably since the announcements,
the Avenging Spider-Man #9, the first appearance of Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel. That's big time.
I bet, Jesus. But probably like all the other characters in that movie itself, Ronan, Korath.
But
who's Jude Law's character?
Jan Vong or something like that. But we're still not positive on who Rick's character is.
Yeah, because it could be a curveball.
Shit, everything, even the fucking cat is popped.
It's crazy
that they renamed for the movie.
Yeah,
Goose.
because it's Goose in the movie and it's Chewie in the book.
For sure. Well, and Dark Mufasa said he picked up an Ultimate Fallout 4 variant, and all of a sudden, it's worth a couple $100,
right,
because the spike of course, Miles Morales and Spider-Verse. So, we got Chris from Mad Cave Studios in the house, and that's awesome. So we were able to stay live long enough for Chris from Mad Cave to come in here. So we got to get him.
Dweller himself.
Yeah, bro, we got to get him in.
Back on the show.
Yeah, definitely, for sure, man. If you guys haven't checked out Mad Cave, you definitely need to get on that because Knights of the Golden Sun has taken over the comic book world, and it's pretty cool. And that's actually talking about indie books. I've been reading that, so I'm such an idiot. I've been reading that.
I need to read more indie, but I'm not reading enough.
Yeah, right? Exactly. But also, Matt, Honor and Curse comes out soon. So definitely make sure you guys check that out. I think that comes out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be right.
I think it comes out tomorrow. So we definitely need to get him on the show. I'll have to set something up with him this week. We went a little early. Sorry, Chris. Sorry, because we're on Tuesday, not Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll definitely get you back on. So shout out to Mad Cave Studios in the building. So, all right, for sure. I will definitely check out my Facebook after the show, Chad. Thank you, brother. And actually, speaking of Ultimate Fallout 4, going back to that, I know somebody that got one, and I still owe you another book, but it went up in price, so I don't know. Maybe we can, no, we'll work something out. I still owe you another book, Justin. So, we're looking good, according to Chris. So, awesome, man. Awesome. So, all right. I mean, what time is it? I don't know how much more time you guys have, but you guys are just straight chilling.
Yeah, I'm pretty south right now.
Okay, so Knights of the Golden Sun 4 is next week, and Honor and Curse is the following week. All right, cool.
Nice.
So definitely make sure you guys hit up your local LCS. Hopefully they'll have an extra copy to put into your box because that order's already in place by now for sure. But hit up your LCS. Make sure you guys get Knights of the Golden Sun issue 4 into your pool and Honor and Curse. And get Honor and Curse before it blows up because Knights of the Golden Sun blew up.
Yeah, pre-orders are released.
I'll say this. Nice. Honor and Curse looks super, super awesome. The art looks awesome. And it's Shinobi freaking warfare pretty much, I hope. So definitely shout out to Chris from Mad Cave Studios, man. That's pretty cool, man, that he's in here. So we saw her live. We got 10 people watching, which is pretty cool, man. And like I said, we got heavy hitters in here. We got the Comic Core. We got Chris from Mad Cave Studios. We got the Great Legend. Dark Mufasa still in the building. I still believe Discovery Bay Comics is up in here. I want to say that C. Woodard's in here. So thank you guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell for us. Like I said, we're going to be changing the name straight up to 90 MF Comics, but you already know what the deal is. So thank you guys. And I think at that point, if there's nothing else to add, you guys, anything else you want to say?
Just get your books and read your books.
Yeah, man. Go get your books. Read them. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back here next week, probably Wednesday on our normal time, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. So thank you guys for joining us. You guys are awesome. We'll see you next week.
Stay sweaty.
Go get your books.
You gotta read them too.
I gotta go jump to the other computer, which is pretty funny. So, peace.